So we're going to read chapter 2 of The One and Only Ivan. And yesterday when we learned a little bit about Ivan. We know he's a gorilla, but we still have a lot of questions like, where does he live? What does he do? What's the story of his life? And so we might find a little more today when we read. I find that when I read a narrative, I have to really pay attention to all the characters and keep them sorted out. So many times when I start reading a novel like this, I reread many times to just get all those characters set in my brain. And so you might want to listen to this video a number of times to just keep track of the many characters that show up in this chapter. This chapter is called The Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. And so once again, just like yesterday, we want you to record in your forms that this video is attached to all the questions, predictions, and feelings and thoughts that you have as you're reading. And then tomorrow when we talk about this together, we'll share all those beautiful thoughts that you put on your form. I live in a human habitat called the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. We are conveniently located off I-95 with shows at 2, 4, and 7, 365 days a year. Mac says that when he answers the trilling telephone. Mac works here at the mall. He's the boss. I work here too. I'm the gorilla. At the Big Top Mall, a creaky music carousel spins all day and monkeys and parrots live amid the merchants. In the middle of the mall is a ring with benches where humans can sit on their rumps while they eat soft pretzels. The floor is covered with sawdust made of dead trees. My domain is at one end of the ring. I live here because I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Stella's domain is next to mine. Stella is an elephant. She and Bob, who is a dog, are my dearest friends. At present, I do not have gorilla friends. My domain is made of thick glass and rusty metal and rough cement. Stella's domain is made of metal bars. The sun bear's domain is wood and the parrot's is wire mesh. 3 of my walls are glass. 1 of them is cracked, and a small piece about the size of my hand is missing from the bottom corner. I made the hole with a baseball, but Mac gave me for my 6th birthday. After that, he took the bat away, but he let me keep the baseball that came with it. A jungle scene is painted on one of my domain walls. It has a waterfall with water and flowers without scent and trees without roots. I didn't paint it, but I enjoy the way the shapes flow across my wall, even if it isn't much of a jungle. I am lucky my domain has 3 windowed walls. I can see the whole mall and a bit of the world beyond, the frantic pinball machines, the pink billows of cotton candy, and the vast and treeless parking lot. Beyond the lot is a freeway where cars stampede without end. A giant sign is at its edge, beckons them to stop and rest like gazelles at a watering hole. The sign is faded, the color's bleeding, but I know what it says. Mac read its words aloud one day. Come to the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan, mighty Silverback. Sadly, I cannot read, although I wish I could. Reading stories would be a fine way to fill my empty hours. Once, however, I was able to enjoy a book left in my domain by one of my keepers. It tasted like termites. The freeway billboard has a drawing of Mac in his clown clothes and Stella on her hind legs and an angry animal with fierce eyes and unkempt hair. That animal is supposed to be me, but the artist made a mistake. I am never angry. Anger is precious. A silverback uses anger to maintain order and warn his troops of danger. And when my father beat his chest, it was to say, beware, listen, I am in charge. I am angry to protect you because that is what I was born to do. Here in my domain, there is no one to protect. So that's the end of that chapter. So in your form sheet, just record everything you know and wonder and your feelings and your thoughts. If you need to listen to the video again, go ahead and do that as well.